We are going to talk about how important it is for men to be involved in the upbringing of children. We're not talking about just paying school fees and all that, but actually being involved in the raising of a child from the time they're born up to when they are, changing nappies, playing with them, feeding them. When they have, those first 3 months when they have come home from the hospital, they wake up every 2 hours at night and they cry, now and all yamba. That is what we're talking about today. Now let's start by telling you some interesting things. In recent years, there has been much debate about the positive outcome of fathers and their involvement in the children's upbringing. In this era, a father is no longer doing only the traditional role of a breadwinner, but they are now changing their role to be more involved in the psychological, emotional, and physical upbringing of their children. Gone are the days when the father's role was primarily to pay school fees and to give chiboko. When you bring 10%, you get 10 out of 90, they give you chiboko and pay school fees. Those days are finished. The role of fathers has changed even as the world and different places change. So let me come to gentlemen here in MBALE. Can you tell us, do fathers have specific roles that they play in relation to raising their children?
Now, as a parent, a father,
yes,
you are duty bound by your responsibility as a parent to one, make sure that you are a role model of your children. You must walk the talk. If you're a father who says lying is not accepted, then you must not be seen by your children as the same person lying. Two, you must be a mentor.
Yeah.
That's your responsibility as a father.
Yeah.
You must mentor your own children, give them a sense of direction, show them the desired future that they will have to receive. So as a parent and a father, if you do not be a role model, you do the mentoring and you also provide security. Because a child who grows up under a secure family will become a responsible adult and therefore will be a trusted Ugandan.
Okay, yes, tell us.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, like in relation to this region,
raise your voice a bit.
Like MBALE, so far, you find that in the development of a child, there are certain milestones that are considered very vital in this region. For example, circumcision. So, in this region, being a father, we really, we consider that at least during that time, when a child reaches that time of circumcision, you are to come in and then help. Because this is a child now who is coming up to adulthood, they are considering him to become an adult now. And he's expected to do most of the, I'm considering now like a boy, expected to do most of the things a man is supposed to do in a family. And this is where now the father will come in and try to integrate this child here on whatever roles the father is supposed to do.
Obuvunanyizibwa mu maka bwali bwawamu abazadde abasajja n'abazadde abakyala. Era nakirabanga kitange maama bwe yali nga ali lubuto nga agamba manafa enkya maama tumutwala mu ddwaliro. Batambulanga bonna.
Kakati abaana kati bano omwana akulidde mu maka nga taata yeetaba mu nsonga ez'okukuza omwana n'omwana akulidde mu maka nga taata tabiriiko, waliwo njawulo ki?
Enjawulo eba nnene nnyo kubanga ono omwana akulidde mu maka n'alaba taata nga nze bwe nkugamba aba n'obuvunaanyizibwa bwa njawuloko, attitude ebeera ya njawulo, mindset ye ya njawulo, behavior naye ya njawulo.
The children are your inheritors in that family. So if you don't show them the right way of doing things, sincerely speaking, the children will grow not knowing which direction to take.
A child who's brought up with a father figure in the family and a child who's brought up with the father figure missing in the family, what difference do you find?
The only difference that may come in may be psychosocial development. But otherwise, if the child has grown up with the mother, they are well off. I mean, they don't have, as in they are not in need of so much.
When you say psychosocial, I want you to explain it to me.
Okay, for psychosocial, what I'm trying to mean is this child, when this child goes to school, out places, now as in they will be in games with other children, then for them in their talk, you find that in their talk, they'll be my dad bought me this, my mom bought me this, but this other child will always be, my mom bought this, my mom did this, my mom will do this, then others, you are always talking about your mom, where is your dad? do you have a dad or anything like that? So you find that this child will be affected from the psychological. Now start asking the mother, now mommy, me, they always ask me, where is daddy? Why? Maybe the guy doesn't even come, he's always home late, he goes very early. That's the only thing that I see that can bring problems.
What is what is on the ground here in MBALE? Is the majority of children having their fathers present but absent in the home, or is it a majority of children who have their fathers present and active in the home? Which one is the bigger proportion?
Majority of the children, they always stay with their mothers because men are ever very busy. They leave their homes a bit early. They come back very late because looking for survival, daily bread. So in the rural areas, it may be different from maybe urban. So in the rural areas, mostly the upbringing of those children are entirely on women.
Yeah. As a father, I must now, because I'm preparing my children for future life, for adult life, I must involve them in farming. I must involve them in doing family choirs. If this washing of plates, can I be an example? Because there are men who think that this particular task is for a woman, which is not the thing. So help your children to know that washing clothes is for everybody. Cleaning the house is for everybody. But because what you are doing, it is a reflection of this children's life in the future. Your daughter would want to get a husband of your type, or will hate a man simply because of your character as a father. You will think this is the nature of men. And if I grew up, I wouldn't want to associate myself with men.
Now that we're talking about activities, I want us to move to the younger children, babies. That first year of life, these ones. What are some of the things a father can do in the home to help, especially with the babies, to bond and to help out? I want to start behind over there, Mzee. Just hold on. Let's come over there. Yes.
Omusade nga abaana bo nga bakyali bato, omusade nga omusajja nga abasajja nga bwetuli bwe olina omwana kumulaga naawe obwakazi maama alina emirimu kyakolako kubanga aba atandise okufuna amaanyi, atandise okukola mirimo naawe ngaomukwatako n'ebirala biseera ebirala olina okumutwalako nga bagenda mu kiriniki omutwalako okumukema ng'omusajja nawe nogamba oli ku mirimu kino kantwala omwana ki
okumugema
kamutwale mudwale bamukeme.
Yes.
Kiyambako mama n'amanya omwana ono afena abasade kati n'omulago obwakazi n'omukyala naye alaba nga omusajja bwalina wabuvunaanyizibwa agezeko okulaba nga byonna abakolera wamu.
Mzee obadde ogamba
kyembadde ngezaako kugamba nti buli lwe tuleka obuvunaanyizibwa ng'akaana kakyali bebi oba olese okukumanya nti gwe taata we oba olese love eri in between. Omwana baba tafunye laavu yo ng'akyali akula nga atamanyi nti gwe taata we.
One problem I'm seeing is that the issue of is it women emancipation, what has brought in so many problems. The ladies, the mothers are saying we want equality, of course equality in money, this, but now when it comes to also paying school fees, doing what, there's no equality there. Now that one goes to them. So me, what I'm looking at is basically it is just a matter of contention between the two parties.
We spoke to the Public Sector Foundation about this issue, and this is what they had to say about the men's role in raising of children.
I think men have a key role to play in the upbringing of children, because a strong family depends on the role that a man can play, and we know that children are more safe if the men can do their responsibility, especially in providing for the children, in taking care of the mothers. Why? When a father is violent, he's going to be violent on the woman, and what will happen? The woman would also turn it back on the child. I think it's very important that men understand their responsibilities, and I think they take their role very seriously. I think lately we are seeing a number of men who do not want to take responsibility. We encourage men to be in the lives of their children. They can play with them, they can learn with them, they can do a number of things, but also most importantly, they can support the mothers to make sure that mothers can actually play a very good role in bringing up these children. It is very important that you can play a part in a child's life. And one way you can do it is saying no to violence.
Gwemba ntusa awaka oluse ebiseera ebimu mbavugako nabo ne beeyagala
n'ekirala kuyamba ku maama waabwe kuyera waka
mbagulira byakulya ne balya mala kubagulira byakulya nimbaterezera gye bagenda kwebaka obulungi masuuka biki ne babeerawo alungi gye bebaka.